The Afghan disaster, our enemies emboldened.
This little church was founded by my great-grandparents. It's where I first asked my Lord and Savior.
Montgomery.
Oh, friends, you don't want to miss this. The $79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. And yes, you can get a car for $79. Done deal. Or $79 down or $79 a month. Get there and pre-register at 8 a.m. At 9:45, we open the gates. Find the V.
Republican Lindy Blanchard believes it's an outrage that Joe Biden and the liberals allow illegal. Montgomery.
Get ready for WWE Saturday Night's main event. The women of Raw take center stage as big-time Bex, the EST, and the Nightmare collide for the
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for. So
$79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. And yes, you can get a car for $79. Done deal, or $79 down, or $79 a month. Get there and pre-register at 8 a.m. At 9:45, we open the gates, find the vehicle you're in love with, and you'll have first chance when the Eliminator comes around at 10 a.m. sharp, slashing prices. Don't worry about the weather, just be there. Call right now for details, 334-403-4646. It's this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. Don't miss it.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio, just off the square in Troy.
When it comes to surgery, precision is perfection. The very latest technology available ensures the best possible outcome. The Mako Robotic Arm-Assisted Surgery System is now available at Troy Regional Medical Center. Skilled orthopedic surgeon Dr. Robert L. Liljeberg and his team provide patients with faster recovery and better movement after a knee replacement surgery. When accuracy matters, you deserve the very best. Troy Regional Medical Center.
Montgomery, get ready for WWE Saturday Night's main event. The Women of Raw take center stage as big-time Becks, the EST, and the Nightmare collide for the Raw Women's Championship. Plus,
I am a revolutionary. I am a visionary.
Seth freaking Rollins. It's WWE Saturday Night's main event, April 23rd. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages on sale now.
Oh, friends, you don't want to miss this. The $79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. And yes, you can get a car for $79. Done deal, or $79 down, or $79 a month. Get there and pre-register at 8 a.m. At 9:45, we open the gates, find the vehicle you're in love with, and you'll have first chance when the Eliminator comes around at 10 a.m. sharp, slashing prices. Don't worry about the weather, just be there. Call right now for details, 334-403-4646. It's this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. Don't miss it.
All right. Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. My name is Mike Amos. His name is Bill Rice Jr. as we start a Wednesday on this show. And of course, got a lot of sports to talk about, a lot of high school basketball and college basketball to talk to everybody about. Of course, the president's address
State of the Union,
was something very important to a lot of people, and
I watched it. Those bore me usually because they're all the same, but with all going on in the world, I watched him last night.
You know, the only thing, and I'm not going to say any more about it much, but the only thing that bothered me was it was so many things. He said, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, about 100 different names. Things on his list. I like to watch him check off that list of things he said he was going to do.
Well, all the presidents do it.
You're right.
And they're all applause lines that are designed to get applause.
Yeah. Did you find out about Miss Gaylord, young Miss Gaylord? Give us a report on her.
Well, thank you. I did my research. Jill Gaylord is a 9th grader at Vestavia Hills High School. She is the son of Wes.
The
daughter of Wes and Jenny Gaylord. Wes is one of my best friends, and she is the granddaughter of Marcia Gaylord and the late Bo Gaylord. Everybody in Troy knows the Gaylords.
Yeah.
There's Bo and Marcia had 2 children, Wes and Derek, and Wes is the oldest, and he had 4 daughters, and this is his baby girl.
Yeah.
She is a point guard, I think, on the Vestavia team as a 9th grader.
Yeah.
She, per my little research, it looks like she's averaging about 22, 23 minutes a game. She's either a starter or their 6th person coming in. She scored 7 points in the game that got them to Birmingham. And one game late in February, before the tournament started, she scored 15 points.
Yeah, so she is a starter.
And I read some quotes from their coach, and he bragged about her. This team apparently has 4 great freshman players.
Oh, really?
And I also learned that she played on the varsity last year as an 8th grader. So anyway, I saw when Marcia showed me a video clip of Jill when she was about in 7th grade playing on some travel team. And it took me only about 40 seconds of watching that video clip to say, boy, this girl is a prodigy.
And she's a great defensive player, too.
But I haven't been keeping up with her like I should. So I'm not surprised to see that she's playing on the varsity as a freshman and on a team that's 32-2. And so she's already good. But just think what she'll be when she's a senior.
She's not a big girl, though. She's real.
Nah, the Gaylords are, they're all, Wes is probably 5'8", 5'7", but great athletes. I mean, Wes and Derek are great athletes and played all the sports.
Exactly.
And
I watched both of them grow up. Of course, Derek used to ride back from his grandmama's house to Montgomery with me a little bit, and I just felt like he was a part of me, my family too. He was an outstanding individual. Of course, the son of this is the granddaughter of the late great Bo Gaylord, and what a wonderful guy he was.
And the Gaylords are cousins to two Davises, Francis and William Davis, and then Harriet Parr.
You say they're related?
Yeah, Francis Davis, William's wife, and Marcia are sisters.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I knew that.
So Mark Davis, that's one of Rush's best friends, and Wes Gaylord, who's one of my best friends, are first cousins.
Well, yeah.
So anyway, if you watch Vestavia Hills or you're following the girls' action and you see any box scores, look for Jill Gaylord.
Well, she's something, and I know. Did all his girls play?
No, they were all sorority girls and beautiful, all blonde beauties, and as far as I know, they might have played.
None of those girls have gotten married yet, though, have they?
Yeah, I think. Yep.
Really?
I think some of them.
Oh boy, how time flies! No question.
But she is from what I remember, she was a great ball handler, like Charles Henderson's point guard, Hobdy.
Yeah, she's good. You're right.
That's what stands out when you watch, especially the girl. When you see a girl that can handle the ball with both hands, and is faster than everybody else, and she's aggressive, and she could, even at a young age, she could do passes and see the court that other people couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm sure she has a lot of assists.
And they got her listed at 5'5" and
5'3".
Well, you got it at 5. I got Micaiah Hobdy at 5'5".
Hobdy. I was talking about Jill. Okay.
Yeah, but for Charles Henderson, and we're going to find out a lot about them, their team. Of course, they made it to the Final Four, which is quite a deal in itself. These 4 teams, and then you think about how many teams tried to get there. It's quite an honor.
Michaela Hobdy, she's an 11th grader. I'm no talent scout, but boy, she jumps off at you when you watch.
Real fast.
Charles Henderson's had several college players, big-time recruits, and she's going to be the next one next year because she can. She was dribbling and bringing the ball up the court, and she was putting it between her legs like every other dribble.
They can handle the ball now. There's no question about it. And of course, you folks that are going to go to Birmingham, to the Jefferson Civic Center there, it's quite a place. And
what a thrill if you're a high school kid to play in that big-time arena.
And another thing about them is right next door to them now there's the new stadium, football stadium.
I haven't even seen it.
And they say that a lot of the Olympics, the World Cup will be held there. Mike, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, they're having some kind of World Games. I'm not real clear on what's going to happen. Michael probably knows. He knows everything. This World Sports Games, they're coming to Birmingham?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a smaller Olympics, I guess. It's kind of how it works. Birmingham put a bid on it several years ago and got the bid, and must be several thousands of people that'll be in Birmingham for a couple of weeks.
And then they got the USFL.
Are these the world games or world games?
Yeah, but tell me if I'm wrong, Michael, but it seems like it's
different stuff.
Different sports that you normally don't see.
Okay. Oh, so it's not just
like you might have croquet or
not just
I don't know what
it's not just soccer. Is that right?
It's not the Olympic sports. They might have a few of those, but it's other competitions.
Yeah. We have 3,600 athletes participating.
Oh boy! From all over the world?
Yeah, it's called the World Game.
Except from Russia, you won't be seeing any of them from Russia. They have cut that out. That probably hurts Russia more than anything.
The games will feature 30 official sports and 54 disciplines, which will be contested at 30 venues across the Birmingham area.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
It's going to bring a lot of people to Birmingham.
Give us some examples, if you get a chance, of some of the sports.
Yeah, opening ceremonies is July 7th, and closing ceremonies is July 17th. So it's 10 days of competition.
Yeah.
100 plus nations will be participating.
Boy, that's going to be quite.
What about what would I do good at? Horseshoes, I'd be pretty good at. Darts.
Oh boy.
I used to be able to play ping pong. I can't save the ball anymore.
Here's some sports. You'll have archery.
Archery, yes. Boing.
You'll have archery. You'll have artistic skating, inline hockey, canoe polo, fin swimming, life saving, wheelchair, rugby, road speed skating, powerlifting, floorball, korfball, dance sports, Latin rock, standard, gymnastics, aerobics, tumbling, trampoline, rhythmic, bowling, billiard sports, jiu-jitsu.
Well, let me ask this: Are countries represented, or are the individual clubs and groups?
No, actual countries. Boxing, softball, flying disc, canoe marathon, water skiing, wakeboarding.
Oh boy!
Speed skating, beach handball.
Oh me!
The list goes on and on.
And you know that's
lacrosse, racquetball, squash.
Oh boy! When did all this start, Mike? When did that
July,
start?
We're going. July.
It started, I guess, several years ago.
No, when did these events in Birmingham start?
Oh, July the 7th.
Okay. So that's going to be a big summertime event.
Well, we're going to go get our reservations and stay for the whole thing. It's probably fun. These people don't get a lot of attention, and they're playing for a world championship. And some of these new sports you don't follow much would be fun to watch.
Mike, have you got any scores to come over the line this morning in high school basketball?
I have to pull some up and see.
Ozark plays today at 4:30. I don't know what time the Charles Simpson girls play, but we'll find out.
I thought I had it just then.
But they're playing the same day as Ozark, since they're the same.
That's right.
I guess Wednesday is 5A. What's Charles Simpson and Ozark 5A teams?
That's right. I'm interested to see how Carroll lines up with Ramsey. It's going to be a good game.
I'm not going to sell. Ozark's got a chance.
I know they.
You know, every team now is very good, but if they can beat Charles Henderson, and they were on the roll at the end of the year, they can play with these guys. They've got a lot of confidence right now.
No question about it.
Escambia County boys beat Haleyville 70-60. That was a score.
Escambia County. That's Atmore. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a big win. Was that in boys basketball?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
Well, I don't like how this is lined up. You got to go through every single game, and it tells you about every single game. Jacksonville boys beat St. James 51-37.
So St. James is out of it. 51-37. They beat them bad, didn't they?
Low scoring games.
That's Jacksonville, Alabama.
I know it. Yeah, beat St. James. Yeah. Make sure that's boys now. And don't get that. That's what I get.
It is.
Okay, I got you.
That's probably the first time St. James boys have ever been to the Final Four.
And then
Winfield boys beat Southside Selma 60-43.
Boy, the Winfield is tough, aren't they? All right.
Trying to find more scores. Plainview boys beat Houston Academy 59-44. So far, a bunch of blowouts.
Yeah, that's right. Most of them are going toward North Alabama teams. It looks like.
Girls score here: Prattville Christian 53, Plainview 36.
Big win for them.
Prattville Christian blew them out. And then
what schools do you have in Prattville now? You got Prattville Christian, you got Autauga Christian or something too.
Yeah, well, Autauga Academy, Prattville Christian.
St. James girls won 47-45 over New Hope. They got to play Dessler. Dessler beat Tiger 96-53.
Golly. But it looks like there will be one area team we know in the finals.
Congratulations, St. James girls.
Yeah.
And that's all the scores from yesterday.
We'll appreciate that, giving us that kind of information. And boy, it's a big tournament, and a lot of teams are in it. And
hey, Michael, you'll be interested in this. Your dad and I were talking about watching President Biden's State of the Union address. I watched it too. And one of his laundry list items, he wants to fight inflation, and he said he can cut down. The way to do it is cut down costs that families have to pay. And one thing he said is he wants to cut down the cost of child care by 50%. He pointed out that a lot of families are paying $14,000 a year for child care, which I guess would be preschool or something, daycare. So I know you're paying some of that. Are you?
Yeah, we got another year for one of ours. I mean, we got actually one of our daughters starting kindergarten in a public school, so we're fine there. But we're paying for one for sure.
I want to see how they do that. I mean, they're going to just go ahead and order these daycares to cut their tuition by half, or either they're going to write them a check for half and make up the difference.
There's going to have to be some kind of verification, I'm sure.
Well, I don't think it's going to happen, but it just sounded good. It got an applause.
Too good to be true, almost, isn't it? But Mike Amos calling in from Great Beach, Florida. How'd it look this morning? It's beautiful up here.
Down here it's packed.
I was going to...
Spring break already started down here for sure.
Is it mostly Tennessee and Louisiana folks?
Mostly Louisiana folks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they're going to be passing through Troy and Brundage in Ozark if they're going to Panama City. And if they're going even to the beaches of 38, they still probably pass. Well, they could pass through Troy. They might go through Montgomery.
What time y'all hitting the road today?
As soon as this show's over with and we get a sausage and biscuit, Dennis, we'll be heading that way.
You might want to do something different sausage if y'all going to be eating pork.
Well, I don't know.
I didn't look up how to find Archibald's. That's the place I want to go.
Yeah, tell us about Archibald's, Mike.
Maybe when we get to Tuscaloosa early, we'll go to Archibald's before the game.
Let me see if I can find you the address. I'll try to see what I can find.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is we're gonna rate barbecues today. Archibald's gets a lot of high rankings.
There's nobody's better than Hook's barbecue right there. But we're going north, so we ought to start south.
I had Hook's barbecue for dinner last night. So
you got one on Greensboro menu, and then you got a Northport menu. Northport would probably be the closest.
That's the home place, isn't it?
I want to go to the home one, the first one.
When you say that'd be in Northport?
Might be in Greensboro.
Yeah, it's near my old office.
Talked to Johnny Williams last night, and he said he gave me his brother's phone number, and we're going to go by and see that facility. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll probably do that before we get to the main part of the...
Also talked about going to the I don't know if I have time, but the Bryant Museum.
Oh yeah, we looks like we're gonna have plenty of time, and that's gonna be a lot of fun.
If you want to get an Archibald from Northport, it's 1211 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Well, is that on the main drag? You would think it'd be a main drag.
No, it's off. You go over the bridge downtown, past the brand new hotel. Oh my goodness, what is it? It's a. We used to always stay there in Birmingham. I'm drawing a blank on the name, but anyway, it's on the left. I got from Troy on some of it.
Does it really?
The hotel, yeah.
Oh yeah, our good friend and our very good friend.
Our friend owns it, but it's right there where you pass out and go over the bridge in the Northport.
Yeah.
And basically, you would pass another dreamland off the river right there, and then it would be back in those neighborhoods back there a little bit.
Okay, we can find it, but
It's a hole in the wall place.
Do you rate it higher than you do
Dreamland?
Dreamland?
Well, I mean, each its own. I mean, I feel like it's better than some of the Dreamlands. I don't know if it's better than.
Well, I'll tell you something. The hardest thing we'll have to do, and we're probably not going to do it, is we will probably be stopping at Jim's for early barbecue.
Yeah, we got to.
We got a Jim's barbecue. And he'll have pulled pork, and I love the pulled pork, and he'll have it stacked on a bun, and it's really good. What's so good about it, Mike, is their sauce.
You know, we can't get there too early, Mike, because if we leave at 8:30, we'll be passing Jim's before it's even open. Maybe.
Yeah.
Don't you think they probably open at 11?
Well, if you want to go home,
Jim's is always open at like 10 or 9 or early in the morning on game days, but I don't know if it's like that all the time.
Probably not.
We'll see, but we're going to see the sights, and we're going to go to the Bryant Museum and a few other places.
You can get a camera from the Troy Messenger, and y'all can document the trip, right?
Yeah. This is Bill Rice talking to you.
Y'all can have all these pictures of a game day experience in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
That would be
Of course, the real meaning of our visit is to see Alabama and our own Troy Trojans play baseball. They play at 3:00 from the old ball. Well, it's been
they call
renovated.
it the Joe.
Yeah, it's been renovated several times.
It's a nice baseball field.
Oh yeah, very nice. And Mike,
it's now a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
It's not really a field.
Yeah. You know, Mike, one thing about Tuscaloosa and their athletic programs, they're way behind on the gym, don't you think?
Well, I mean, I don't know how old Coleman.
But it'll hold 15,000 people, which is a good crowd, good attendance, but it's real outdated, wouldn't you say?
I mean, it's outdated. I mean, they refurbished it several times. I mean, I still don't have a problem with it. But
I don't either. But everybody seems to say what Mike just said.
I feel like they're wanting to make it where the students have more of the great seats and are up close to make more noise.
Yeah.
I still think 10,000 seat arenas are too small, in my opinion. I think you got to be around 14,000, 15,000.
Well, Duke is one of the best examples of students, mandating everything, and they moved the students. They were the first big team to move the students to half court. That's where they are, and they don't sit down. You could be sitting at mid court and not see a thing because all the students can be up, raising Cain. But Duke is the epitome of the small gyms. That gym holds about 9,000, I want to say, and they have kids spending the night in tents, lined up outside the gate to get the few student tickets that they allow.
It creates quite an atmosphere.
Did y'all mention Troy released their football schedule yesterday?
No.
I
really.
saw it though, and big news. Go ahead and give it to us.
Big business. Hold on 1 second now. Let me get ready.
Need a pen?
Let me have the pen just a second. Okay, we're ready.
I mean, all this is on TroyTraders.com. It got released yesterday. Troy opened September 3rd at Ole Miss. Then they're back home on September the 10th against Alabama A&M. Interesting game here, which I would not be a big fan of if I was Coach Summerall. At Appalachian State on September the 17th.
Oh, boy. Wow.
So you got to play at Ole Miss, then play A&M at Troy, and then at App State. It's not an easy way to start.
What's the date of the Ole Miss game, Mike?
Ole Miss is September 3rd.
We're all going. Will's taking us.
Okay.
And then Alabama A&M September 10th, September 17th at App State, and then it looks like this is going to happen. Marshall comes to Troy. I mean, I guess the Sun Belt.
Yeah, it's a done deal now.
And Marshall will not be a part of Conference USA. And Marshall, the Thunder and her, which has a great program, has played at Troy before. Troy actually beat them in Troy, but they'll come on September 24th. Should be a good game. And then
where's the game located? Where is it?
In Troy Memorial Stadium.
Oh, wonderful! All
the
right,
Marshall
great.
Thunder and her. That's a big deal. That's one of the headlines. Right?
Okay.
And then Troy, unfortunately, has got to go on the road again after that and play out of conference against a team that went to a bowl game. Thank God their quarterback's not there and won it last year at Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
Troy will be on the road. And then Troy is back home against, I guess, our new rival, October the 8th. Southern Miss comes to town.
Oh, great. Southern Miss. Oh, I love that.
Back-to-back home games.
So Troy gets Marshall and Southern Miss.
In Troy.
Well, I'll tell you what an early schedule, Mike, to have those two games
Name
played at
premier
home.
nationally known teams.
I know, but I mean, man, where's the record going to be?
Yeah.
I mean, Ole Miss is a loss. Alabama A&M to win. App State's probably a loss. Marshall's probably a loss. At Western Kentucky, maybe a loss. Southern Miss, Troy should be. Southern Miss has been down.
Yeah, but I tell you what, let me tell you this. You and I have talked about it. They've got one of the great young coaches in America at Southern Miss. Don't you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, Hall has won everywhere he's been.
In one place, he turned Livingston into a great program. Anybody can do that. That's doing something.
Yep.
And then all the fans want to know this game all the time. Texas State for homecoming on October the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for homecoming on the 15th.
And then Troy's got a really quick turnaround on the 20th. I would assume that's a Thursday night since it's only 5 days in between at South Alabama.
On a Thursday night at South.
We have one of those TV games, but.
And then Troy has a really, really long break. And they don't play again until November the 5th, so they play South Alabama on the 20th. So it's over 2 weeks before they play again at Louisiana Lafayette, another brutal game.
Well, we'll probably need some help there anyway.
After that, you're back home against Army. So the Army Knights will be coming into town.
Oh boy, another one. Yeah.
Let's stop right there. As Meatloaf sang, stop right there. Home games, Troy, Marshall Thundering Herd, Southern Miss, Army. How about that?
Yeah,
Mike?
real good for a schedule.
And then you finish your home games November 19th with University of La Monroe coming to Troy. Then after that, you'll go play Butch Jones on the road at Arkansas State on November 26th.
What's the date on it?
November the 26th, and then if you win, your conference,
your division,
your division, the East and the West, you'll play December the 3rd in the Sun Belt Championship game. Of course, that fight is to be determined.
Yeah.
Now you buried the lead. There's other big news. Is that tell us?
Other big news?
Yeah, well, Troy has switched divisions just like we predicted here on Today in L.A. Troy is going to be in the West Division. They've been in the East Division.
Whoa, yes.
We can hear from that schedule who you're playing, but so now Troy is.
Yeah, saying it up top. I actually didn't read that. Troy will play host to 6 games at the Vet. Army, Marshall, Southern Miss, Texas State, ULM, and Alabama A&M. And transitions to the Sun Belt West Division with the addition of James Madison, Marshall, Old Dominion, Southern Miss to the league. The Trojans 6 road games for Ole Miss, South Alabama, Louisiana, App State, Arkansas State, and Western Kentucky.
Oh, boy.
So now Troy is out of the division where they had to play App State and...
No, they play now.
I know, but every year.
They got App State, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then who's it? Coastal Carolina? Is that who that's been so good lately?
Yeah. No more Coastal Carolina, no more Georgia Southern.
No more Georgia Southern.
Well, that bothers me a little bit.
We're going to lose a good rivalry with Georgia Southern.
Yeah, but man, if he could pick up Southern Miss every year.
Yeah, I'd rather play Southern Miss. You're right.
I think that's the better one.
So we got Southern Miss every year. We got South Alabama every year. Louisiana Lafayette, they're good now. I think everybody else on that side we can hang with. Arkansas State's been good in the past and probably good in the future.
All right, do it one more time, and this time just slow enough that people want to write this down. And I know
there should be 7 teams in the West, 7 in the East. So the West teams, let's see if I can name them, are Troy, South Alabama, Louisiana, the 2 Louisiana teams, Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Lafayette, Southern Miss, Texas State, and I'm missing somebody.
So Sunbelt East Division will now be App State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, James Madison, Marshall, and Old Dominion. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. Sunbelt West will consist of Arkansas State, Louisiana Lafayette, ULM, South Alabama, Southern Miss, Texas State, and Troy.
Oh, boy.
I left off
man, oh, man.
So now Troy will be in the West, which will be two teams from Alabama, 1 team from Mississippi, 2 teams from Louisiana, 1 team from Arkansas, and then 1 team from Texas.
Man, oh, man. Any way you look at it, it's going to be real tough. It's going to be tough to win in this conference. Coach, get ready. You got a job to do, my friend. It's going to be tough.
What's coming in the SEC we haven't heard is how they're going to split the SEC. Are they going to do it in 2 divisions or pods? And what's probably coming at some point is Auburn goes to the East, Alabama stays in the West. Of course, they'll still play every year. It's too big a rivalry. And then they'll probably get Missouri out of the West where it makes the East where it makes no sense and get them back into the. So.
All right. I was looking at that.
What a conference now. I mean, you got 2 teams in Georgia, 1 in South Carolina, 1 in North Carolina, 1 in West Virginia, and now 2 in Virginia.
You know what? You would have thought that they would look at Georgia Southern as a rival game, and that surprises me about them. But now.
Yeah, but they have more normal rivals. I mean, they played in the Southern Conference, so they played App State. I think they used to play Marshall. I think they used to play James Madison. I think they used to play Coastal Carolina. So those are rivalry games for them.
Let me ask this. Does this mean that Southern Miss and, let's see.
Marshall?
And Marshall are eligible for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, they want to come out with a schedule.
So they're ready to go now, aren't they?
Well, let's put a caveat on this.
They're going to be released, I guess.
Well, this is heading to litigation. The Conference USA does not want Southern Miss Marshall to be, they want them in their conference this year, and they have put out schedules showing that Marshall and Southern Miss are still in the Conference USA this year, so that's going to be litigated. So this might all be subject to change, but so there's a battle between the 2 conferences. And be interesting to see how it turns out.
Man, that would be so unfair to the rest of these teams that are already in Sunbelt, because then they'd be scrambling to find games to play.
Let me tell you this.
I bet you Troy had to. Is going to have to find a way to. I mean, I guess they've got another plan to change it up where they would just play more teams that are already in the Sunbelt. It's the only way they would change it up. So this could change.
Yeah, that's
you'd have to play the remaining members or the current members of the Sunbelt before these teams join, I guess. So Troy could end up playing Coastal Carolina
or Georgia Southern.
Could end up playing Georgia Southern to fill their schedule.
That would make
Of course,
most sense.
hey, Val, AD will pick up the phone and call us. We appreciate it.
A lot going on.
It is a lot going on.
The new football schedule, the new rivalries, basketball teams getting ready to play for an NCAA bid in this tournament. The girls' basketball team is the favorite to win the tournament and go back to the big dance. Alabama and Troy playing in baseball today. Wow.
Yeah. I think we're going to go up there and beat them. I hope we do.
I mean, what a conference the Sun Belt is going to be in football now.
This is.
I mean, I can honestly say I've been to Marshall, and that's big time football in Marshall.
I know.
Southern Miss is big time football.
Southern Miss is, big time football.
Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah.
You know, James Madison's a
powerhouse.
Hey, all right, but are we playing James Madison? We're not playing them, are we?
Not this year. They're not on the schedule.
So they'll be in the East.
There's an outside chance that you can play anybody if they win their side of the league. Though.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what. Let's see. Is it going to end up being a 8 or 9 game Sun Belt schedule? So you got to play the 6 teams in your division. Do you play 2 other teams in the other division, or you play 3? And then does that mean you got to fill four games?
Play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like they're only playing 8 conference games.
In the future, that could become. I'll go ahead and make. I love making predictions. That will become 9. Watch it and see.
Yeah, Troy's non-conference is at Ole Miss. Alabama A&M comes to Troy, at Western Kentucky, and then Army comes to Troy.
It's going to become harder to fill get those big money games in the future for reasons too complicated to go into here. But so that means that Troy will hopefully still get these Ole Miss and Tennessee games, but they might not get them every year like they've been getting them.
Yeah.
But this conference expansion and improvement is really big, because even if you lose some of these money games that you've had in the past, you're still going to have very attractive games in your own conference.
Yeah. So that still leaves room for to play one big school each year.
Well, they got plenty of room. They got 4 slots now, which they filled this year with Army, big school. I would call them.
Yeah, I will say this:
Ole Miss,
that Army,
big school,
yeah.
And then Alabama A&M, little school, and Western Kentucky about the same as us.
Yeah, they're pretty big though. Yeah.
So 6 of the teams Troy's playing with the bowl games last year. So
it's an incredibly hard schedule. I mean, Coach Summerall is not walking into good gracious, Marshall, Southern Miss, Appalachian State, Army, Ole Miss.
Let me mention one thing that adds to this, the attraction of that Army's coming to Troy. It's going to be on Veterans Day. It's the Veterans Day game.
Looking at the transfer portal, which is now so important, I don't know how many scholarships Troy has to go into it. You said they don't have many.
What do you mean?
Troy, to go fishing in the transfer portal. But if you are trying to get these juniors and seniors to come over, it's a good selling point. You say, hey, look, guys, look at this schedule you're going to play next year. You're going to be playing Ole Miss, Army, Marshall, Southern Miss. I think that would be very attractive to these kids.
But now you said Marshall's playing at Marshall and Troy.
In Troy.
In Troy.
All right, that does.
I was at the last time Marshall played Troy. It was in Troy. We beat them and we tore down the goalpost.
Sure did. that was a big turnaround.
This is the best schedule I think I've ever seen, other than back when Blakeney had to play everybody. Anytime, any play days where we play about 4 or 5 big boys. But as far as the amount of teams, the history of these teams, I mean, you can't ask for better than this.
No, I agree, Mark. I mean,
this ought to be great season ticket sales, I would think.
If you when Troy went to Division II and went to Division I, if you would say, 30 years from now, look at the football schedule, it's going to be Army, Ole Miss, Southern Miss, Marshall, everybody would have said, we'll take it.
All right, now South, we're playing them on a Thursday night there.
Mm-hmm.
And Louisiana Lafayette, we play them there, or on they come here?
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so bad about it. It's Troy's got to be at App State, at South Alabama, at Louisiana. South Alabama almost made a bowl last year. Louisiana won the conference last year. And then you finish the season at Arkansas State. You know how tough it is to win in Jonesboro.
Oh, yeah, no question.
That can be better. Oh, did you see that?
Troy's going to have a really tough time, I feel like, going 7-5 at that. I mean, I don't see how you get more than 7 wins off the
well, let's take a look at it. Let's see.
It would be a great first season if they could go 7-5 with this schedule.
All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At 1 and 3.
All right, I missed out on two games. All right, check off here.
The only sure thing you think they have. Well, the only sure thing is Alabama A&M. I mean, Louisiana Monroe beat us last year. Texas.
I'll be honest. I mean, like, I can see Troy beating Alabama A&M for sure.
Maybe
Marshall would be a really tough game because they went to a bowl last year. I mean, at West Kentucky is going to be a really tough game. I mean, Southern Miss, you hope, hasn't gotten too much better than Texas State. So, I mean, you think maybe you could beat Southern Miss and Texas State, and man, but the rest, Law Monroe maybe at home.
And another thing, you look at the distance. Look here. Look at the distances they've got to travel. So this is going to be tough. You're right.
Did you see that?
Well, I mean, the farthest game is Marshall. I would say going to West Virginia
in the future, but they're coming here this year.
Yeah, and
yeah.
And then also
then Arkansas drive App State. What am I talking about? App State's the drive. Boy, it's going to probably take 7 or 8 hours to get the Boone.
Well, I'll tell you this too.
What about Texas State? What city is Texas State in?
San Marcos, but Texas State's homecoming.
That's a big school.
But don't we have to play them every year though?
Yeah, every year. Yeah, that's right.
Where is San Marcos?
Right between
Houston, yeah.
Okay, the east side of Texas.
Between Houston and Texas. Let's see.
I want to bring up some sad news about a Sunbelt rival. You know, Arkansas State's coach went to Utah State. That's where the former Troy athletic director
that's right.
is.
That's where he is now. Yeah.
Yeah. Blake Anderson. Yeah.
Well, he lost his wife to cancer 3 years ago. Well, his son passed away a couple of days ago. So they didn't say how or why, but he had 2 sons, and so in the course of 3 years, he's lost his wife and his son.
And he's the head coach at.
He won the conference last year too.
Yeah.
He's at Utah State now. Had a great year, his first year.
Yeah, he sure did. Man, oh man.
So sad.
That is so sad. It is.
Yeah, Texas State has 39,000 students.
And I think that's on campus too. Yeah, it's a big school.
Wow, that's more than Alabama.
It used to be when it used to be they changed their name. Southwest Texas State. And they had great teams for a long time in 1AA. But
I wonder how many Division I football playing colleges there are in Texas.
Well, let's just say this: looking at rivalries, all right. Southern Miss can become a big rival. South Alabama,
already a big rival,
and that is it. That is about it as far as rivals.
Wouldn't
you say?
Yeah, but I mean, what more can you ask for? You got South Alabama and Southern Miss; those are 2 great rivals to have.
Yeah, that's right. But what I'm saying is, they're the 2.
I would say that Georgia Southern is a pretty good rivalry, and we'll play them
every other year.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It won't be every year, but we'll still play them.
Not with 14 teams. It won't be every other year.
No, but that's why I think it's going to go to 9 conference games, and that'll let you play teams like Georgia Southern more often.
And Coastal, you won't have
Texas State's main campus is midway between Austin, Texas, and San Antonio, Texas, off Interstate 35.
between Austin and San Antonio.
Oh, that's out in the central and west part of Texas. That's the longest drive of any game.
Oh, yeah. Man, oh, man. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Out in the West Texas town of El.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Shipping Wars is back and bigger than ever.
More work, more money.
These shippers have a long road ahead. Who will come out on top?
If we can get it there on time, we'll make some good money.
Shipping Wars. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on A&E.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Oh, friends, you don't want to miss this. The $79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. And yes, you can get a car for $79. Done deal. Or $79 down or $79 a month. Get there and pre-register at 8 a.m. At 9:45, we open the gates, find the vehicle you're in love with, and you'll have first chance when the Eliminator comes around at 10 a.m. sharp, slashing prices. Don't worry about the weather. Just be there. Call right now for details. 334-403-4646. It's this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. Don't miss it.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Shipping Wars is back and bigger than ever.
More work, more money.
These shippers have a long road ahead. Who will come out on top?
If we can get it there on time, we'll make some good money.
Shipping Wars. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on A&E.
Back to our show, brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. Colin McCreary, my good friend, can make your money grow. Just call him today, and of course he's there every day till at least 3 o'clock, and he is busy every day.
He's a member of the Troy Sports Hall of Fame now.
He sure is. One of the all-time greats. One of the all-time greats.
He deserves to be. He was. You talk about a dynasty golf program. Troy had it for, gosh, I would say for.
And not only
they had when Coach Griffin was there, they had a dynasty program. But when Coach Barney was there, it was still very good.
Yeah, and of course, not only has he been a great player and as an All-American, but he's been a super.
He's a good friend and a nice guy.
Well, and and also, I mean, he's supported the program, and he has helped keep the program where it's.
He told me, I guess I can tell this. When I did my story on the beautification of Troy's campus over the years, I told him that I was working on this story, and he said that he came up to Mrs. Hawkins or Dr. Hawkins at some event, and he laid out his pic. He said, "Picture this if you can, coming from your house in the Elm Street Road." He said, "That's kind of an eyesore, a swampy area."
Yeah, that's right.
But what if you cleared that out, built the golf facility right there, and prettied up and made a couple holes and practice facility? You would suddenly have an attractive entrance to Troy's campus from that way.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what that's not one they didn't do, Mike. And then they've added the sidewalk projects, and they keep getting rid of all the brush and cleaning up that creek. And that area across, looking down from Charles Simpson Middle School and then coming from Elm Street Road is makes an attractive interest to Troy University.
Want to mention
Colin played a role, and then Dr. Hawkins and Mrs. Hawkins listened to him and made it happen.
I tell you what, he's a tremendous supporter of the program. You know, Charles Henderson plays today. I've got their girls playing at 3 o'clock. Prior to that game, after that game, Carroll High of Ozark will face off against Ramsey, and you folks in Ozark today, and I know are getting excited. And I guarantee you, a lot of my old buddies will probably be going to Birmingham. This is the first time Ozark has ever made it to the Final Four in basketball, and they did it this year with a big win over Charles Henderson, and then of course Charles Henderson will play Gunnersville at 3 o'clock.
The girls
prior to the girls prior to the Carroll High and Ramsey game. So should be.
Marshall University has 12,000 students, so it's a lot more. It's founded in the name after John Marshall, the fourth Chief Justice of the United States.
Well, you said 12,000 on campus.
Yeah.
That's good size school.
He might be the most famous Chief Justice of them all, John Marshall. I didn't know that's who Marshall was named after.
Now, they're a state-supported school, are they? You feel like?
I think so.
I don't know.
Of course,
they do have a football stadium that holds 39,000.
Yeah, you're right. We've been there a few times.
Well, you know, they were a 1AA powerhouse, and then they went Division I, and they showed you could do it because they were successful in Division I almost immediately. But they had players like Randy Moss, and then they had they had a quarterback that later Pennington that played for the Jets, and then a guy after him. They had a run of great
don't
players.
You remember the big
Leftwich?
Yeah, Leftwich, boy, he was a lot of fun to watch, and he just sat back there.
It's a public research university.
What?
Says it's public. I guess it's not a private.
Well, I bet Nick Saban knows a lot growing up in West Virginia, knows a lot about Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weird thing about Marshall, though, is that you technically really are in Kentucky. I mean, it's literally right over the line in Kentucky, and then you're also right over the line in Ohio. So in Huntington, West Virginia, you can drive a mile and be in Kentucky and Ohio.
Well, that's great recruiting territory. No wonder they're being so good in football. I mean, they can recruit West Virginia, they can recruit Kentucky and Ohio.
Yeah.
Dad, you went actually into Ohio when you stayed in Huntington and went to some Ohio high school.
Oh yeah, went to it, and then they fed us spaghetti, and it was just like their uniforms were just like the old Cleveland Browns, and it just brought you back to the old days of high school football. Yeah. That's been 20 years ago though, Mike, I think. Want to mention?
How about this, right? Actor Billy Crystal attended the school but did not graduate.
Yeah.
See, they didn't hold him back at all.
Yeah. All right, so a game we haven't talked about, and it's going to be a good one in the boys. The Enterprise Wildcats in Class
7A.
7A. They play Spain Park today at 10:30. So that's going to be a big game for you Enterprise folks. Hopefully a lot of you are there, but there'll be a lot of folks interested in the Carroll game and the Enterprise game. The Carroll, of course, again, Enterprise and Spain Park at 10:30, and Charles Henderson's girls at versus Gunnersville at 3, and then the Carroll High Eagles of Ozark versus Ramsey of Birmingham 4:30 today.
Spain Park basketball team out of Inverness, or just Hoover area, is 28-7.
Boy,
didn't Enterprise made the Final Four last year? I remember they had a real good basketball team last year, so they have
I'll tell you this.
One of the strongest basketball programs in the state.
I'll tell you this. I don't believe there's any stronger 7A program than Spain Park, because of just think of the teams that they got to beat to get there. You know, Mountain Brook's one of them, and Vestavia's another, and And then
looks like Spain Park has got great size. It looks like they have at least 5 guys over 6'6".
Yeah, so they do have an outstanding program, and it didn't take my buddy long, Mike Harrelson, to take his team to the Final Four, and all those Enterprise folks, they saw him as a player, Harrelson, as a guard on the basketball team and a quarterback on the football team. Harrelson was a great athlete coming out of Enterprise. He went to Western Carolina and had a great college career.
Was on an NCAA tournament basketball team.
Yeah. And then now he has taken those Enterprise Wildcats as a very young coach and got them in the Final Four. I don't know.
He might be one of these coaches like the Sanford coach that used to be at Mountain Brook that one day makes the segue to college.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'll say this, and I think I'm correct. This is the first time Enterprise has ever been in the Final Four in the state. And also Ozark's been the first time they've ever been to the Final Four.
We know that is.
I thought Enterprise went a few years ago to Final Four.
No, I don't.
I know they had a good team last year. I don't know if they got beat in the Final 8 or the Final 4, but I remember talking about them last year.
But I really don't believe that they've ever been to the Final Four. I could be wrong. Now, Harrelson's teams were real good that he played on, but we had that information, right? Did you bring it back with you, or did you keep it?
I didn't take it. I left it here.
All right, okay. We've got some.
Well, it shows the state champions. It doesn't show all the finals.
Now, you got the Vestavia information, don't you? Or did you take that with you?
Nope.
Okay. All right. But it's exciting times, ladies and gentlemen. As far as football goes, if Troy can keep that schedule, and again, I'm going to be real short with each one of them.
Hard to believe that Coach Summerall is also coming in. We don't ever talk about it nearly enough, but I mean, this is 3 straight losing seasons he's having to come in on as well as a head coach.
That's right.
So, I mean, it took Neil Brown 1 year to turn around. His first year he went 4-8.
Yeah.
But then after that he won 10, won 11, won 10. So this is going to definitely be a rebuilding job.
Well, the Sun Belt is a great conference. We're fortunate that we're in it, and as a fan, I'm excited to be in it because if you can win or even compete for a title in the Sun Belt, you are really got a good team. Because there are some outstanding programs in this league. Troy's one of them.
Ole Miss, Army, Western Kentucky, Southern Miss, Marshall,
Southern Miss,
Texas State, Louisiana Lafayette, App State, Appalachian State, Arkansas State, La Monroe, Alabama A&M, and we just mentioned Texas State. Boy, that is a pretty solid.
Troy's not getting any passes in their schedule. I mean, you've got to travel to App State and to Louisiana Lafayette. Those are 2 really tough places.
All right, I say they lose at LSU, at Ole Miss. I hate to do this, but I'm going to. This is just preliminary. Army is a real good football program. I say Troy's going to upset Army.
I want you to go right down the line.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
No, I mean Army's one of the last games of the season.
Oh, I just wrote them down as who's there,
All right, let's just do it this way. At Old Miss, loss.
All right.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah.
Alabama A&M at home win.
Yeah, but they got a pretty good team, don't they? Usually.
They had a really good quarterback. I wonder if he graduated. At App State, I'm going to say loss.
Probably.
I mean, App State is just dominated.
I can't remember the last time Troy beat them. It was, I guess,
they beat them Silver's, I think, senior year at Troy when Troy converted on like 4th down and had a miracle win. Marshall at Troy.
Marshall at Troy.
Toss up.
Ooh, what a ball game!
I'll
say loss.
I don't know. I'll probably say loss there. At Western Kentucky, lost their great quarterback that led the country in passing. I think he threw for 5,000 yards. He's gone. But they won a bowl game.
They're one of these wide open teams.
Yeah, they had them. I watched them in the bowl game, and the quarterback threw for about 600 yards in the bowl game.
I don't know. They're coached by Tyson Helton, who's the Love Doctor's son.
Is he?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the old coach, Mike? What's his name? He was
Kim Helton.
Yeah, I was thinking about. Okay.
Used to be the head coach at Houston. I'm gonna say, golly, I don't know. I don't know how you win that game, but maybe you do. I'll say win. I guess. I don't know.
Over Marshall.
No, Western Kentucky.
Oh, Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky.
I say toss up. I mean, Troy probably won't be favored.
Yeah. Well.
Southern Miss at home, I don't know. You don't know what Southern Miss's record's going to be upon, but I got to feel like Troy, after beating them last year, would have confidence to beat them again. So I'll say win. Of course, they don't play until October 8th.
Playing them at home is very important.
Southern Miss already have 5 games before then, so who knows what their record will be. Texas State, Troy has had Texas State's number. I'll say win. Troy has had South Alabama's number lately. At South Alabama.
Yeah, I'm going to take Troy. I'm going to take Troy.
Mm-hmm. I'll take them.
Then at Louisiana Lafayette, I'll take Lafayette at home. Army at home. I mean, I got to lean towards Army. Army's just so physical, and it's so hard to play that wishbone offense.
But we beat them when Troy played Navy at home. We beat them.
And our defensive coordinator, Mike, coached at Army last year.
At Army, yeah.
And then there's 2 Army assistants, former Army assistants on our staff.
When do we play? Hey, do we have an open date before we play Army?
No, we have the open date is actually before you play Louisiana Lafayette. You play South Alabama on October the 20th, and don't play again until November the 5th.
I say an open date would really help prepare for the wishbone. Okay, we're not gonna have it.
And then Army at home, I don't know. I'll say loss. Lawman, they win, even though Terry Bowden had a really good first year. And then at Arkansas State late in the year, I mean, Arkansas State won, I think, 2 or 3 games last year, so I'll say possibly win. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? 6-6, 7-5 at best?
Oh, boy.
I'm looking at about 4-8, 5-7. I mean, but if you could get to 7-5, I would say outstanding, or 8-4, outstanding debut.
Yeah.
I mean, the new slogan is now "Rise to Build," so it's not "Rebuild the Wall" like Bill Brown. I don't think it's a slogan.
Well,
okay.
Now, what about if Troy talk about future schedules? They got some great teams in the conference. We hope we're going to still get these games. We got Army locked in for a several game series. We hope we can always get a game like against an SEC team. But what if you added UAB or Jacksonville State, Mike?
I don't know. But Jacksonville State's a 1A team now.
I don't know if you risk. I feel like you go more 1AA. Depending on how these kind of teams are having to play.
No, that's true.
I'd play two 1AA schools a year.
You want to get
Troy ought to play Alabama State or Florida A&M. I mean, they played Southern last year. They're playing Alabama A&M this year.
I'd like to see them play Alabama State.
Alabama State would bring a crowd. Florida A&M would bring a crowd. When you said the Army Troy game might be a sellout?
It might be because it's actually going to be on.
So I guess we'll be going back up to Army in 2023.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go to that. I wanted to see the campus, and it's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas State homecoming should be a big crowd. Southern Miss, depending on how they're playing, they should bring a good crowd, I would think. So that could be a big crowd. Marsh, a traditional football school. So I mean, the games, the Troy games this year ought to be really good.
Great year to buy season tickets.
Yeah, exactly right.
I mean, my whole thing is, I guess, if Watson's going to be your quarterback, it looks like Troy's not bringing in a quarterback right now.
Doesn't look like it to me.
you kind of know what the record's going to be with Watson starter.
Well, you know what?
It's usually going to be around 500 or losing record.
How good is the young quarterback coming in here from Brantley? Do you think he could play right away?
He probably needs a redshirt year.
Jump from 1A football to Division I would be a huge jump.
I won't put that pressure on Tucker. I mean, maybe we'll see, but if he has to sit and be an understudy for a year or two, that's fine.
Yeah, my whole thing though is these guys that obviously have not had winning records. I mean, if that's going to still be the majority of your team, I mean, can a coaching staff really change the culture?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could they turn these guys into winners?
Yeah, that's what coaches do.
I mean, I'm just saying, until you get your own guys, it's kind of tough in my opinion. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I've been reading a lot about Coach Bryant, and I mean, he went to a Maryland team that had won about 2 games, and then they won 8. He went to Kentucky that had won 4 games in 4 years, and then they were winning 9 games every year, or 11. He went to Texas A&M, and he had the Junction Boys, and they only won 1 game, but then the next year they only lost 1 game. So, yeah. Neil Brown turned that around.
I mean, you're catching Ole Miss, and probably their best. I mean, probably the program's probably they're the strongest they've been in a long, long time. Even though the quarterback is gone, they're bringing in USC's quarterback from last year, Jackson Dart.
Who is this?
Ole Miss got USC quarterback to transfer.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Ole Miss. And they got the starting running back from TCU to come in. I mean, Kiffin, knows how to do the portal and all that. So I mean, you'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot how Troy plays against Ole Miss about what the season is going to look like, in my opinion.
Talking about changing the culture and the coaching staff, of course Coach Bryant did it, but who else did it? It was Pat Dye. I mean, he came to Auburn and had been kind of down, and Coach Jordan's latter years, and in 2 years Auburn was competing for the SEC championship.
I want to mention back on the high school basketball, this is a great honor for Carroll High of Ozark to make it to the state Final Four. Make no mistake, Carroll boys basketball coach Mike Henry wants to win as anything in this week during the Class 5A state tournament, but he wants his players to appreciate the moment. Everybody is excited to go and represent our southern region. Henry said, of course, it is the first time Carroll is in the state tournament, and we are excited. We will try to revel in the opportunity to move on if we can, but we will enjoy the experience as well. Carroll 25-7 faces Ramsey 24-9 in the Class 5A semifinals today at 4:30 from the Birmingham Legacy Arena in Birmingham. The winner will face Saturday's 10:45, the state championship game. The Lee of Huntsville and UMS Wright are in the semifinals. Lee is the defending state champion.
Yeah, that
right now, before Carroll plays, the Charles Henderson girls play at 3:00 in the 5A semifinals at Legacy against Gunnersville, and the winner plays Saturday morning at 9:00. So the Charles Henderson winner.
Charles Henderson wins, they'll play Saturday morning.
9:00.
If Ozark wins, they'll play Saturday morning.
Exactly right. 10:45.
You got to feel for the Charles Henderson boys team. I mean, those kids have got to just be still devastated. I mean, I'm sure they're still just trying to think, how in the world did we beat a team by 20 twice? Once at home and once at Carroll, and that team is going to be the team, representing in the Final Four. It's still a shocking loss, I'm sure, for those players.
Then, of course, Carroll enters with wins in 7 of its last 8 games, including postseason victories over Headland, 56-52, and Greenville 65-56, and then of course the big game was against Charles Henderson's boys in Montgomery last week. So big game.
Here's your football non-conference for Troy next year. Next year they'll open up with Stephen F. Austin at home. Of course, that was the old 1AA rival. Usually a pretty good 1AA program. Then Troy will travel. I don't know if many fans will make this trip to Kansas State on September the 9th to play at Bill Snyder Stadium.
Kansas State.
So that's your big out-of-conference game next year, and then Western Kentucky back at home, and then the trip that everybody says we've got to take is to West Point, New York, to play Army on October the 14th.
West Point, New York.
So we got the big teams are Kansas State, and Army. That's still not bad. But we know we'll also have Southern Miss, Marshall, Lafayette, Appalachian State, going and on.
Well, Marshall will probably come off next year, and you'll probably add Coastal or Georgia Southern back to the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you mean Marshall's not in our region?
Not our division.
No, they're in the East. Troy's in the West.
Okay, well that's good.
But I would say they need to go to 9 games, so every 4 years you get to play everybody. That's Coach Saban's point about the SEC. He says the way they have it now, you can go 10 or 11, 12 years without even playing another team in the SEC.
Well, I'll tell you this: the two tough ones. It looks like we got to play Appalachian State and Louisiana Lafayette. Every year, and boy, those two are tough.
That was the top 2 teams in the league last
year. Arkansas State, do you have to play them every year too, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah, they're in the West. Yeah.
Or those are 3 good programs.
Well, we won't play Appalachian State every year.
I'll be honest with you. I think the East is stronger, though.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, Coastal Carolina, App State, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, Marshall, James Madison.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought.
I mean, Old Dominion went to a bowl game this year as well.
Oh boy! You mean,
I think
the East is stronger than the West, in my opinion.
Right now, that'll change, but right
now. I thought you said App State was going to be in the West.
No.
Why would App State be in the West?
I don't know. I was looking at it.
I mean, I would not want to play in the East. I mean, the way Coastal Carolina, I mean, they've been ranked the last 2 years. Georgia Southern will be back under, they got Clay Helton as their coach. The former USC coach.
Yeah.
Marshall went to a bowl game last year. They're always good. James Madison's a 1AA powerhouse. I mean, I would expect James Madison to have just the same success that Georgia Southern and App State has had.
I would too.
All right.
Mike.
So we'll play the night. We play home and home against most
everybody in our division.
Yeah.
Troy really is playing the same schools in the West, other than Southern Miss. That's the only change in the West.
Yeah.
The changes are all in the East. Marshall, James Madison, and Old Dominion. So the only change for Troy will be Southern Miss. And shoot, Troy's been playing Southern Miss a ton lately anyway.
Yeah, I know it.
But here's the way I look at it. I look at the games you could kind of be expected to win every year. And in our division, you would say, we can beat Louisiana Monroe. We can beat Texas State. We can beat, I don't know about...
Arkansas State. You beat Arkansas State.
Yeah, we can beat Arkansas State. We can beat South Alabama. The challenge, Southern Miss, we can beat. Right now, the only one that really scares you and say, oh, it's going to be a huge upset if we beat them is Louisiana Lafayette, and their coach is now at the University of Florida, so who knows? I'm going to tell you, I don't think Louisiana Lafayette can sustain what they've done.
Yeah, they've been real good.
Maybe I'm wrong.
They've been good for a long time, though. When Mark Husqvarna was there, they won 9 games, 4 straight years. Napier has now won, I think, over 10, 3 straight years before he left for Florida. But I will say that I know Lafayette has had tons of guys transfer out to bigger schools. I know that's happened.
No, good.
They had two starting guys in the secondary transferred to LSU, and then Napier took a bunch of guys with him to Florida.
Okay.
You know, I'm just talking about how scary that schedule is, but after just saying what I said, I'm thinking, well, heck, Troy can win this division.
Mike, the quarterback from Louisiana Lafayette, he didn't have another year, hopefully.
No, he played 6 years. That guy was there longer.
Boy, his record was probably better than anybody's ever to play in that conference. He was
let's
really
go
good.
through it. Let's go. Troy versus Texas State. That can be a win, right?
Rich Rodriguez left La Monroe. Rich Rodriguez is not without anymore. He's head coach.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
We got 6 games in our division. Let's go through them. Troy, Louisiana Monroe should be a win. Troy, Texas State should be a win.
Wait, slow down a bit. Go ahead.
So that's 2 wins. Troy, Arkansas State. Arkansas State's down. That could be a win. Should be a win.
They play that game at Arkansas State. Is that right?
Yeah. Not an easy win, but could be. Troy, Southern Miss. Southern Miss is down, so Troy can beat Southern Miss. Who's that? Troy, South Alabama. We've been beating them.
I'll tell you what.
Troy Lafayette has been a tough one, but of those 6 teams, the only one that you think Troy would definitely be an underdog to is Louisiana Lafayette.
Yeah.
So you got the glass half full or the glass half empty.
All right, I've got.
So Troy, Coach Summerall, you can compete for the West Division crown next year, which would get you in the playoffs where anything can happen.
All right, I missed out on one. All right, we're talking about Southern Miss, Arkansas State, Louisiana Lafayette, South
Monroe.
Alabama, Texas State, Louisiana Monroe, and who else? Is there 2 more?
Marshall's playing in Troy.
I mean, all right, are those 6 though are the people we play every other year
in our division?
In our division, is that right?
Yeah. Even the game we play outside our division, which is a named good team, Marshall, we got them at home, and I think we can play with Marshall.
Yeah, the East schools Troy plays.
Oh, App State.
App State out of the East, Marshall out of the East.
Okay, that's next year.
2 teams from the East will play, and then out of the West will play your rival team, Southern Miss, Texas. I forget. Southern Miss is in the Sun Belt. Still hard to believe.
Here's my glass.
Southern Miss, Texas State, South Alabama, Lafayette, ULM, and Arkansas State.
Here's my glass half full scenario. Troy beats all those teams I said they should beat, but they lose to App State on the road, and they lose to Louisiana Lafayette on the road. That gives Troy a 6-2 conference record right there. Army at home, Troy could win that. Alabama A&M, so maybe I would say Ole Miss is probably a loss. Best case scenario for Troy would be maybe 9-3.
Yeah. Well, if they'd be real good if they go 9-3.
They go 9-3. Summerall will have a job in the SEC.
Isn't it a shame though? And I love this guy. He's going to be a great coach at Troy, but it's all those coaches like him are using Troy as their teams as a stepping stone. When you think every one of these teams you mentioned are stepping stones for the coach.
That's the way you want it to be, though.
Yeah, I know it.
Go to 4 bowl games and win 10 games a year like Neil Brown did. I mean, shoot.
That's right.
I mean, I was happy that Neil landed a big time job.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to keep it.
Pat Dye used East Carolina as a stepping stone, but he was there for about 7 years. Good deal for East Carolina because those teams were.
I still can't believe Dye ended up in Wyoming of all places. That's still one of the strangest moves ever.
What, the Pat Dye went there?
Yeah, I went to Wyoming.
Yeah, he didn't stay there long, but.
He explained that in his book. I can't remember. Our Auburn fans will know, but he must have pulled a Coach Bryant and had a dispute or left East Carolina or thought he was going somewhere else, and then he said, "Oh goodness!" And then something fell through, and then he had to scramble to find a job, and the Wyoming one was the only one he could find.
I want to mention Piggly Wiggly today. They have a great selection of meats and poultry, and of course they have beautiful array of fruits and vegetables to choose from. A great store, Piggly Wiggly of Troy, and located on North 39th Street and also on Highway 231 bypass here in Troy.
Need to mention the Troy ladies basketball team, who's already won the conference championship, will start play on Friday.
That's right.
It's going to be their game. I guess they're going to try to figure out who they're going to play.
They got to buy, I'm sure.
Yeah, Troy's 22-7.
Yeah.
Trying to find out who they'll play real quick. They'll play the winner of Arkansas State Coastal Carolina on Friday at 11:30 at the Pensacola, Florida Bay Center Arena.
Okay. All right.
So the girls will play on Friday. The boys will play on Saturday.
Now let me ask this. Now let's just say Troy plays on Saturday and they advance. Do they still have to come back and play on Sunday, or will they wait till Monday?
No, they'll have to win 3 games to get to the championship game on Monday.
All right. The girls.
They'll have to win 2 games to get to the championship game on Monday.
Yeah. I wonder, will they do their games like this? Girls, men's, women's, women's. Will they do the schedule like that, or will they do?
I'm trying to figure out. There's 2 different arenas they played in last year. They played in the Pensacola Civic Center or Convention Center, and then they played in the really nice junior college arena as well down there.
Well,
so they
gosh.
played in 2 different venues.
That'd be important, yeah, to know. And of course, there's going to be some good basketball. And of course, like you said, Troy's boys play, men. These are college men. They play at what is?
They're going to play South Alabama.
Troy will play in the same arena, Pensacola Bay Center Arena, at 2 p.m. on Saturday.
2 p.m. Okay, the winner play the winner of the
against the South Alabama Little Rock winner, but. Yeah. This is still one of the strangest situations I've ever heard in conference tournament. Now, Troy benefited when they went to the NCAA tournament and got blown out by Duke. Troy had to play on a Thursday, and then Troy got the day off and ended up winning the tournament as well. So South Alabama, they'll play on Thursday against Little Rock, and then has the day off on Friday to get ready to play Troy on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's really very strange how they let these teams not have to play 4 or 5 straight days.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering about that.
But
so
it's got to be something to do with the women.
So in fact, on Sunday's games, there won't be a men's game on Sunday, will it?
Oh no, there will be. Yeah, there'll be.
There will be. Okay. Okay.
It's Friday. Friday is when apparently there's no men's game.
Okay.
So the men have to pull off 3 wins in a row to go to the big dance. That's the bottom line.
Exactly. Yeah.
The same with the women, right? The women got to do the same thing.
Troy's now only chance, I think, at postseason series will be
to win the conference tournament.
To win 3 games.
I don't think they'll play in any kind of conference postseason without winning.
And it could get exciting if Troy was able to win that game on Saturday, and then.
I mean, I'll go Saturday afternoon for the South Alabama game. I would think, and then if Troy ended up winning, I guess, and playing for it all on Monday, I think I'd try to go back maybe Monday night.
Okay, good. You gonna take care of your daddy?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to drive over on Saturday, but I'm not going to drive back on Sunday. I would probably wait to see if they won Sunday and then go back on Monday for the championship game.
But it's going to be a lot of fun watching these teams play, and of course the women, Troy's women, a heavy favorite to win the conference tournament, and then you just can't figure this Troy team. They're liable to shoot lights out and win them all. You know.
They don't have a consistent great scorer that you know is going to lead them every night and score 17, 20 points. But the one thing they have that is the great equalizer, what travels, what can you always count on? Defense.
Yeah. You're exactly right.
If you're a good defensive team, you should be a good defensive team every game, and Troy pretty much is.
In fact, they're a good rebounding team, too.
Great rebounding team.
So, like you said, they are a good defense, and I think that defense can keep them in any game, so it's going to be exciting. And hopefully we'll have a big crowd go down there.
Alabama playing Texas A&M at 6 o'clock on, oh my God, y'all know, when y'all were up there, y'all couldn't just go watch Alabama Texas A&M at 6 o'clock.
They're playing basketball at what time?
Alabama playing Texas A&M at 6, so y'all could be done with the Troy game and just walk over to Colton and watch Alabama A&M.
That's right. That's right. You're exactly
well,
right.
we'll be getting out of the baseball game when the basketball game starts. Yeah.
Rice and I will probably.
I've got this big, nice Premier Dodge Ram truck. It's beautiful, man. It's fun to drive. I get to drive. I'm a designated driver.
Yeah. Want to mention Southern Grill and Patio and my good friend Scott Hartley, and boy, they've got a great deal on the best grills you can find anywhere.
Look at
Premier
that truck on the far left over there.
That's right.
That looks like Mike's truck right there.
That's right. Looks just like it.
Auburn will be at Mississippi State tonight basketball.
All right. Well, we'll be able to pick up some of them on radio coming home probably.
So what you can do, you can go to the Troy-Alabama baseball game, catch a little bit of the Alabama-Texas A&M basketball game, drive 70 miles to Starkville, and catch the Auburn game at 8 o'clock.
You know, I'm before to see Coach Maestri. I bet he'll definitely be at the basketball games.
This is that's right. This is a regular season game. We'll call him and see if he's got us any tickets. He might have some tickets to that game if we wanted to.
He might want to come watch some of the baseball game.
Yeah. We've already made contact with Johnny Williams. Hopefully we'll be well, wherever we go, we're going to eat barbecue. At one of the great barbecue places.
We're going to see we might see a little basketball. We're definitely going to see great baseball on a beautiful day. We're going to eat a lot of barbecue. We might go to the Bryant Museum.
That's
we might, for the first time,
we're going
eat
to
we're
going to my friend's new bowling alley, theater, and all
Johnny's
that restaurant.
He needs to open one in Troy. You tell him.
I know it. Yeah, we're going to talk to him about it today. Hope you've enjoyed our show, and we'll look forward to being here. I reckon we'll be here.
Y'all might want to play a replay tomorrow.
Well, all it takes is a phone call. But we do appreciate you watching our show so much, and I'm sorry I got a little congestion problem, but I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'll be here with you in the morning along with Bill Rice Jr. and Mike Amos and Will Matthews.
We hope Will's feeling better. He's battling COVID.
Yeah, I know. Will, we're thinking about you, my friend, and good luck to you, and have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone, so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Oh, friends, you don't want to miss this. The $79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. And yes, you can get a car for $79. Done deal. Or $79 down or $79 a month. Get there and pre-register at 8 a.m. At 9:45, we open the gates, find the vehicle you're in love with, and you'll have first chance when the Eliminator comes around at 10 a.m. sharp. Slashing prices. Don't worry about the weather. Just be there. Call right now for details. 334-403-4646. It's this Saturday only at Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Troy. Don't miss it.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Shipping Wars is back and bigger than ever.
More work, more money.
These shippers have a long road ahead. Who will come out on top?
If we can get it there on time, we'll make some good money.
Shipping Wars. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on A&E.
At cost plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Oh, friends, you don't want to miss this. The $79 Eliminator sale this Saturday only at Premier
Our full line of Husqvarna lawn equipment at Dunn's True Value. From residential lawnmowers to leading commercial lines, Dunn's True Value has 3 startup packages for anyone wanting to start their own lawn care business. We also offer 0% interest for 48 months. Come by Dunn's True Value and see our line of Husqvarna handheld yard tools to get your lawn in tip-top shape. Husqvarna, making outdoor projects easier. Dunn's True Value, Highway 231 in Troy.
The City of Troy Environmental Services has recently upgraded our traditional garbage trucks for the modern one-arm garbage trucks. But we need help from the great citizens of Troy.